All right, hey everybody, and welcome to Zenfolio Live. I'm Robert with Zenfolio Customer Success. Thanks for joining us here on the live stream. Today is Thursday, April 18th, and today what we're going to be talking about is getting ready for Mother's Day. Now, if this is your first time joining us, make sure to say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're from. Roxanne, I put the Canadian flags in there just for you in that intro. But yeah, hey guys, make sure you say hi to us and let us know where you're from in the chat. Also, too, lost my train of thought. But so what we're going to be talking about today is getting ready for Mother's Day. So we're going to be talking about products to consider when you're building a price list for Mother's Day. You know, things like photo cases, photo gifts, framed prints. Also, we're going to talk about how to know your discount margin. So it's really important for us to know how big of a discount we can offer our clients and still make money and definitely not lose money. And then we're going to talk a little bit about Zenfolio's free client marketing, about how that works, who all is going to be emailed, if you're opted in or not opted in, how all of that works. So we're going to be talking about all of that as well. Now, don't forget, every Tuesday we have Site Review Tuesday, and hopefully you guys have been coming and hanging out with us on that. It's been awesome. We've seen some really cool websites and just had a great time. If you haven't jumped on a Site Review Tuesday, I definitely recommend doing that. And if you need to submit your site, the link is in the description below this video. If you've already submitted your site, I promise I have not forgot about you. There have just been so many. We're working hard on getting those site reviews done. But if you haven't submitted your site, go ahead and get it in there now. Now, hanging out with me today, I have got the moderator who has photographed the world's largest liger, all while wearing Willie Nelson's guitar strap as a camera strap. We've got Richard, the moderator, hanging out with us in the chat. So make sure you say hi to Richard and just show him some love in the chat. We definitely appreciate him hanging out with us, answering our questions. Let me say hi to some of you guys. Roxanne Bay, always good to have you hanging out with us. We've got Craigslist coming in from Hawaii, making us all jealous, talking about those waves and that weather. Tristina Morphus, hey Tristine, thanks for coming and hanging out with us. We got Hannah and Kismet Photography from Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Beautiful state. Tennessee's gorgeous. All right, guys, well, let's get into today's topic of talking about getting ready for Mother's Day, which is right around the corner, April 12th. So if you forgot, or if you didn't know, not April 12th, I'm sorry, May 12th, right around the corner, like less than a month away, Mother's Day. So we need to make sure that we are ready for that. So let's go ahead and jump into that topic. All right. So the first thing that we want to talk about is we want to talk about products that you should consider if you haven't already added these to your price list for Mother's Day. So you want to talk about things like phone cases, photo gifts, right? Stuff that maybe you normally don't have in your price list, but when Mother's Day rolls around, if you're involved in the Zenfolio client campaigns, which we're going to go through that in a minute, you're going to want to make sure that you have this stuff in there. Or if you are running your own promotion for Mother's Day, making sure that you have these gift items in your price list so that you can kind of push out your own promotion. And we'll talk a little bit about that in a second, but I just want to go into the price list really quick and maybe show you some items that you should consider. So we're going to jump up here to selling, and we're going to go to price list right here. And let me get myself out of the way. There we go. Go to price list. And then I'm just going to grab a price list really quick. And as you can see, I kind of created a Mother's Day price list. So what I recommend doing is if you have a normal price list that you typically use for your clients, go in there, duplicate it, maybe even do this for other holidays where you know you're going to be running some specials and some promotions. Go ahead, go in there and duplicate that price list and then name it specifically for the promotion or for the, special occasion that you're creating it for. So in this case, I created one that says Mother's Day. And basically what I did was I duplicated this portraits one and just added some products to it. Now you can see I haven't actually assigned this out to a gallery yet. So it's not actually assigned to any photos. We've just got it created, but let's go ahead and let me just show you how I did that. I'm going to delete that one actually really quick. And then what we'll do is we'll come to portraits right here. Let's say this is our main price list, which you can see it's not on many photos, but we'll change that in a second. But let's say this is our main price list. This is the one that we want to duplicate and add some more stuff to for Mother's Day. So we're going to hit the duplicate button right there. That's going to duplicate the price list. And then while you're waiting for it to load, go ahead and click up here and rename this to Mother's Day. Maybe throw a 2019 in here. So that way you know next year, 2020, that's the price list you used last year. Maybe it's still good. Maybe you need to go in and take a look at it. Maybe there's new products that you can add in now. So making sure that you put a year tag on these special price lists that you're not going to use all the time so that you know when it was created, what it was created for, and if you can still use it later on or if you need to go in and check it out. All right, so now that we've duplicated that, let's go down here and let's start adding some products. Now, I'm using MPICs for this price list, and one of the things that I'm going to try to do is try to make sure that I stick with keeping that same lab, except when it comes to phone cases. And this is really important that you know this, is that phone cases come from their own vendor, and so you might want to put some language out there to your clients and let them know, hey, I've got phone cases in here, but keep in mind that if you order a phone case, it's going to ship separately. It's going to have its own shipping fee. So something that you want to keep in mind if you are offering your clients phone cases. All right, so let's just click Add Products. And if you don't see the lab that you want to use up here in the top right corner, maybe you see all vendors or you see something else, just click up here and then choose the lab that you want. So in this case, I'm going to go with MPICs. And then what we're going to do is just add in some photo gift items, maybe some home decor, maybe some albums, just different things like that. So we'll go to photo gifts really quick. We'll go down here to kids, and I'm just going to grab a growth chart. Let's go see what's in the other gifts really quick. There's some buttons, there are magnets, and there are ornaments, there's playing cards, there's lots of different stuff. I'm not picking anything as an example per se. All I'm trying to get you to do is think about these things for these special holidays. Make sure that you're going in and you're looking at your price list and creating something special, because this gives you the opportunity that on Mother's Day, if you have a bunch of galleries that you've had up for a while, now you can tell your clients, hey, I'm running a Mother's Day sale, and not only am I giving you a discount, also, there's some new products that you haven't seen before that are available in there. So you're creating those reasons for them to go in there and purchase these new products and use that discount code. And that's what I want you to think about. All right, so we're going to go down here. Let's see, the school and sports, there's not too much there. Let's go ahead and just go back and add those gifts in that I've selected. So we're going to scroll to the bottom. You guys can't see it. Let me get it to where you can see it. And we're going to click the Add Selected Products button. Now that's going to add all of those additional items that I went in here and added. That's going to add it to the price list. And when you do that, there are two things that you want to make sure that you do. The first one is you want to make sure that you check the pricing and the ordering options. And then you also want to make sure that you check your quick shop, because if you've turned off the automatic quick shop option, these new products are not going to be added into your quick shop. So you want to make sure that you do those two things. So right now we're under photo gifts right here. And we are going to scroll down here and go to pricing, and we're just going to do a quick markup. Now this is definitely not my recommended markup. I'm just throwing some numbers in here. Please take time to get to know your local market value. If you're not sure how to price your photography, get involved in some Facebook groups. Find a mentor if you're just getting started. Really dig in and know your worth and know the value of your prints. The numbers that I'm putting in here, I'm just throwing these numbers in. They're not suggested numbers. All right, so we're going to apply that, and using that pricing formula tool, I just put a markup on everything inside of this category. Now next I'm going to hit up the order options right here. Color correction, if you're using MPICs or a lab that offers color correction, this is an option that you never want to let your client have the option to choose. You want to make sure that you control this to keep things consistent. So in this case, I'm going to set to Do Not Enhance, because this is for a gallery where I've already done some post-processing. Maybe I've done some really special edits and I don't really want the lab to mess with the color correction. If this was for an event, or something that I might upload pretty much straight out of camera, that's a situation where I would probably go ahead and have color correction apply. All right, so we're going to apply that. And now that category that I just added, the photo gifts category, is pretty much set up and good to go. Well, what about phone cases? Let's add those phone cases in. And if you guys haven't checked it out, we have the latest phone cases that are available. So you're going to go back up here to add products, click up here next to the vendor, and then what you're going to do is click on Zenfolio phone cases. And then there are a lot in here to choose from. So you might want to be strategic with what you choose, maybe just like the latest few versions. On here, definitely probably would not offer everything, because the more products you have in your price list, the more overwhelming the buying experience can be for your clients. So you want to make sure that you're being strategic and not just picking a bunch of stuff just because it's there and it's available. All right, so I'm going to grab the X, the XR, and the XRS. And there are lots of different options, so make sure that you're coming through here and looking at these different options. All right, X, XR, XS. And I'm not going to go through all of these. Make sure that you come check them out, though. There's lots of stuff in here. All right, and then I'm just hitting that Add to Selected Products button down here at the very bottom. So I'm going to hit Add Selected Products. Now we have those phone cases, and they're going to fall under the photo gifts category as well. So let me just kind of minimize this and you guys can see that. Here they are right here, folio cases. And so what does that mean? That means that I don't have to go back and set up the ordering options, but I might want to take a quick peek at the price list, the pricing, and make sure that that makes sense. $180 for a phone case. You guys can decide if that's a good price or not. I just wanted to show you that that phone case is now following the pricing for this. So do a reality check. Make sure that that stuff makes sense when you add it in. Get the pricing set right. And then after you do that, now we're going to go down and we're going to talk about the quick shop products list. And hey, as I'm going through this, you guys, if you have questions, Richard's hanging out in the chat. He's great at answering your questions or passing them on to me if I need to answer them live. So make sure that you're asking your questions, even if it's completely off topic of what we're talking about today. Make sure that you get your questions in the chat so I can get those answered live for you guys. All right, so what we're going to do is go down to the quick shop products list, which is down here. And this is what controls that little side buying panel over in the side. This is my personal favorite shopping experience because it is really easy, it is really streamlined, and it's really quick. And you have a lot of control over how this is organized. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to add everything that I just added into my price list over into this quick shop list. And you can do that by clicking the first item over here, scrolling down to the very bottom, holding shift on your keyboard and selecting that last item and then hitting add. And then after that, what I would do is I would come over here and kind of move these up and down and get them organized in whatever organization you need them to be. So however you need to organize them, you can click on these and move them up and down just like this. You can also move groups up and down. So if you want to select all of these and you want to move them up or down, you can do that. So if you click the first one, hold shift, click that last one, and move them up like that or down like that. Kathleen is saying the video is blurry. Is it me that's blurry, or is it the entire video? Not sure. Everything so far on my stream health looks good. So let me know, is it me that's blurry, or is it the entire video that's blurry? Also, if it is, you might want to check your settings on YouTube. There's a little thing in the bottom right corner of your YouTube screen. You should be able to click it. Looks like a cog, and you can swap the resolution that you're viewing. So let me know, but there we go. Okay. All right. So let me go down here. And now that we've got this all set up, we're just going to hit save. And that is going to save that price list. So I have that Mother's Day 2019 price list saved. I have the products in there that I want. And then what I would do is basically leave it set there until I'm ready to swap this over and make sure that it's on my gallery. So whenever I want to run that Mother's Day promotion, whenever it is, whenever the coupons are set to go out, go to photos and you can go in and you can actually assign that to whatever you need. So if like I want to run it on my entire sports group, I can just click on that sports folder, go to price list, say allow ordering from my price list, and go to Mother's Day 2019 and apply that. And so that would apply that price list to that entire group. All right. So now that we've talked about products that you should consider, right? The next thing that we need to talk about is we need to talk about how to know what your profit margins are and your discount margins. How much of a discount can you offer your clients before you start to lose money, or how much can you offer your clients and still make a little bit of money? Now, one thing that I used to think before I started actually doing the math was that if I applied 100% markup to my products, I was like, okay, well, if I have 100% markup, I can at least offer like 20, 30, 40, 50% off, right? And still make money. That's not the case. It depends on the markup, and this is really important that you guys know how to do this, whether you're offering discounts on your own through creating your own coupons, or if you are signed up and opted into the Zenfolio free client marketing. This is really, really important that you guys know how to do this. And there's a really easy way to do this through Google Sheets, and I'm going to show you that. So if you go to selling and go back to your price list, all right, and you just go to whatever price list you want to know about. Maybe we want to know about this Mother's Day price list. Am I actually going to make money if I offer a 30% discount or something like that? Well, if you go to the price list, you can actually export this as a CSV file, and then you can upload that CSV file in Google Sheets. You can upload it into Microsoft Excel, whatever spreadsheet CSV file software program that you like to use. You can open that up in there, and then you can start running some formulas to calculate how much of a discount you can offer. So I've actually already got one here. And I'm just going to show you, this is what that looks like. So right out the gate, this is what it looks like. It tells you all of the options in here. You can see the base cost, you can see the profit, the service fee, all of that. Now, when you export it, all of this data that comes from Zenfolio is hard data. It's not generated by a formula. That information is actually in there. And so then you would need to write your own formulas to make sure that you are offering, or that your price list can handle the discount that you want to offer. And so in order to do that, what I did was I just set up, and we're just going to kind of scoot over because none of that other stuff is really important right now. We're just focusing on the price. And so what I did was I kind of set up some columns over here for me to use. So what we're going to do is just create a profit after discount, a service fee, a discounted selling price, and then a discount column right here. And now after you create these, click on this discount column, go ahead and change it over and format it as a percent by clicking up here and hitting format. That way when you type in 40, or if I type in 30 in here, it actually says 30%. And so now I'm going to show you how to calculate this stuff, right? So what we're going to do is first we need to calculate the discounted selling price if we were to offer a 30% discount. So the way that you figure that is you take your selling price, you multiply it by 30%, and then you subtract that from your selling price, and that will give you what the discounted selling price is. So I'm going to write a formula to do that. I'm going to say this equals the selling price minus the selling price times the discount. And then what I'm going to do is I always want to reference this cell in my formula because I'm going to be dragging it down in a second. So I always want to reference this cell. So I'm going to put a $ in front of the O and in front of the 2, and it's going to always reference that cell. So if I sell this product at a 30% discount, that's going to be a selling price of $5.06. Or $5.60. Sorry, let me actually do this. Let's just convert that into money. There we go. All right, so this is going to be at a 30% discount, we're going to have a $5.60 selling price. So now what we need to do is we need to calculate what is the service fee, and then how much do I actually make in profit when I offer it at this discount. So next what we're going to do is calculate the service fee. So we're going to take the service fee, and the service fee is calculated by multiplying the selling price by 9.9%. So we're going to go right here and we're going to say this equals this times 0.099. All right. And so that is the service fee right here. Okay. So the service fee is 55 cents. I'll go ahead and make that money as well. And then we'll do the same thing right here. So now the profit is going to be our discounted selling price minus the service fee and minus the base cost of the product from the lab. And so what we need to do is we need to say this equals the discounted selling price minus the sum of the service fee and the base cost from the lab. All right, and so now we have our profit after the discount that we've applied here. So now once you get that done, if you're not familiar with working in spreadsheets, that might seem really confusing. Once you get those 3 lines written, the beautiful thing about this is you don't have to do any more math at all, right? You're going to click this first cell, hold shift, click this one, and then you're going to scroll all the way down to your last line right here. Hold shift and click here, hit command D, and now it is going to calculate all of that for you. All right, so now we can go through here and we can look and see what our profit would be after that 30% discount. All right, so now we know, like, if I offer a 30% discount, I'm only going to make 97 cents on this. So that lets you know right away, like, I might need to raise my selling price of that. And the nice thing about this as well is you can also change your discount. So if I go over here and I swap this to be like, okay, well, let's see what it looks like with a 25% discount. We can do that. All of the numbers are going to change. So it's going to automatically calculate that. So if you like doing things with the calculator, if you like, pen and penciling it, perfectly fine. But if you're looking for a way to do this math without having to write it all down, do it all over and over again, then use a spreadsheet, export your price list, and write this formula. And then the next thing that you can do after you do that is if you need something to let you know, like, hey, I want to see where this stuff starts dropping, right? If it starts dropping below $2, I want something to let me know. If it starts dropping below $1, I want something to let me know that as well. And when you do that, you can actually set up a conditional formatting option in here to actually kind of color code this and let you know. So if you go up here and let's say that you want to just select all of these columns right here. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to format, conditional formatting, and then we're going to go right here to the format cells if, and we're going to choose a custom formula. So we're going to go all the way down to the bottom. It says custom formula, and then we're going to write a custom formula in here. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to see if anything is dropping below 0. So if it's dropping below 0, if I'm losing money, I want to know that really quickly and really easily. So the formula that you write in here is this equals, and then we're going to know if the profit after the discount is dropping to 0. So this is going to equal always L1, and we're going to say always L1 is less than 0. Then we want this to be highlighted in red. All right. Now, after you do that, you can say add another formula. And now I can say, okay, well, I also want to know what's dropping below $1. So we can say 1 in here this time, change this to yellow and hit done. And so now it's going to highlight in red when I actually start losing money, it's going to highlight it in red. So watch. All of those is where I start losing money. All of these are where I am making less than $1. So it's a really quick way to export your price list as a CSV file, put it in here, play around with that discount, and then you can really start seeing what kind of discount is safe for you to offer. And then you can just come up here and play around with this number. So 30%. At 30%, it's pretty safe. There's one that's below $1, so might want to consider repricing that. But this just lets you play around with that discount. I think it doesn't start to get dangerous until we start getting up into like 45. There we go. That's when it starts really getting dangerous there. So just wanted to show that to you guys really quick. It's really important that you know how to do this math so that you know how much of a discount you can offer and still make money and definitely not lose money. All right. And hey, Forte jumped on. Thanks for coming to hang out with us, Forte. She said, this reminds me of one of my old college classes. Oh, I'm sorry. Hopefully it's a little bit more entertaining, but definitely some important stuff that you guys need to know for sure. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's talk really quick about the Zenfolio free client marketing and how that works. It's something, I think I talked about it last week. You have to make sure that you're opted in. If you don't know if you're opted in or not, I'm going to show you where to go. And then I'm going to kind of tell you how this whole thing works. So first of all, what you're going to do is hover over your name up here and just click on account. And then go down here to selling, which is right behind me. Let me get myself out of the way. Selling. And then go to free client marketing right here. Okay, and this is the Zenfolio free client marketing. This is where we actually market out to your clients for you. So if you are busy, if you don't like doing marketing, if you don't like reaching out to people and trying to get them to come back and you want Zenfolio to handle that for you, we totally will do that for you. We will be your marketing team. You just need to make sure that you are opted into these campaigns for these special holidays so that we can do that for you. And so what you're going to do is come down here. If you want to enroll in all of them, you can click this. You can enroll in all of them. Otherwise, you can come down here and click and choose which ones you want to enroll in. Now, it is too late to opt in or out of the Mother's Day one. So that last day to opt in or out was on the 6th of April. It's now the 18th. So if you missed that one, sorry about that. It's too late to opt in or opt out. But if you need to go in and opt into the other ones, you can right here. And if you want to find out more information about how these work, there are 2 links up here you can go and check out. You can actually see what's on that client campaign, what's being discounted, how it will work, and all of that. But really quick, I just want to tell you in a quick nutshell how this will work. Basically, on that day for Mother's Day, which is the email send date is on the 22nd, so that's coming up in a couple of days. On the 22nd, Zenfolio is going to email out to your clients, and the clients that are going to be emailed are the ones that have placed non-canceled orders from your website in the last 18 months, or if they visited a client gallery that had visitor sign-in turned on in the last 18 months, or if they've created a favorite set in the last 18 months. So those 3 groups of clients are going to be the ones who receive the campaign emails. So on 4/22, those 3 groups of clients are going to receive that promotional email from Zenfolio. It's going to look like it's coming from you, and it's going to redirect them to your site and give them a coupon code to where they can participate in this campaign. So make sure that you go and check out those 2 links so you know what's going on, how it's going to work, what they're going to see, and all of that. Those 2 links right here are really, really important. All right, guys, sorry I went on a little long today. Let me jump back to my photos page. Let me go back in, check on you guys on chat, and then I'm going to grab some email questions unless there are some chat questions. All right, so let's see. We have, I think I said hi. Winston photo from Albuquerque, New Mexico. First time and 3 weeks new to Zenfolio and loving it. Hey, Winston, thanks for jumping on and welcome to Zenfolio. You have found a really good community here. Our YouTube live community is just phenomenal. So I definitely encourage you to link up with some of the people you see in the chat. And they are just amazing people. They are going to help you and just, just get to know some of the people here in chat. We do this live stream every week, every Thursday, and then every Tuesday we also do the site review as well. So make sure that you're subscribed to the channel because every week we have new stuff coming out and it's a great place to come and learn. All right, we've got, let's see, Sharks 408. Can I use the pre-order feature to sell Easter Bunny mini shoots? Absolutely, yes, you can. I've done a couple of Zenfolio lives all about the pre-order, about different ways that you can use it. I've done some examples. There are a lot, and in fact, if you go to the channel, there is a playlist that says pre-order that has a ton of different videos in there all about doing that. But if you are setting up in the mall and you've got the Easter Bunny coming and you want to, use pre-order to take pre-orders for that, absolutely 100% you can do that. Go check out some of those videos. Or if I could get Richard to throw the link to that playlist in the chat, that would be awesome. And you can go check them out right from there. All right, let's see. Looks like we got the blurry screen figured out. Glad you guys figured that one out. Always glad to have Forte and Roxanne hanging out with us, and Kathleen as well. Always glad to have Kathleen. Kylie says, off-topic question, can I add fonts to my blog and website? Hey, Kylie, thanks for jumping on here. Great question. Answer is kind of. So you can add Google Fonts to your website as much as you want. Custom fonts, on the other hand, is not an option yet. I don't know if there's anything in the works 100% on that, but definitely more customization is something that we're looking into. But you can use Google Fonts. Let me show you how to use that and where to access that. That is a great question for sure. So the first thing that you want to do is you need to jump in and get into Customize View. And then once you're in Customize View, you'll want to access Theme Designer. And so what we're going to do is we're going to hover over Website. Guys, and just a personal preference for me, I like working in multiple tabs. So when I go into Customize View or when I go into Theme Designer, I always make sure to open it in a new tab so that it's easier to navigate back and forth through them. So what I'm going to show you really quick is hover over Website, right-click on Customize View, and then open that link in a new tab. And let me just drag my window down so you can see what I'm doing here. So here is Customize View. And I'm going to get some water because my throat is starting to get dry. And of course, I like spilt it all over my shirt. I'm like one of those people who can't ever drink without spilling it on themselves. All right. Okay, so I opened up Customize View in a new tab. And now what we're going to do is we're going to get Theme Designer, which is what controls your fonts, your colors. We're going to get that opened up in a new tab as well. So right-click on Themes. Hit open in a new tab. Now that time it's going to open up a duplicate tab. You're going to be like, why am I opening up a duplicate tab? Hit continue, go back to themes, and then click on edit theme. And that's going to get you into Theme Designer. Anytime you are working on your website, this is the way that I would recommend doing it, having these three tabs open. So you have edit view, you have customize view, and then you have Theme Designer open so you can bounce back and forth between those tabs. All right, so what we're going to do now is, let me drag this back up here. And let me show you how to get access to Google Fonts and add Google Fonts in here. So let's say we click on this display name right here. And if I go over here to Font, there's Family right here. And you can see if I scroll up and down, there's kind of a limited number of fonts. It's probably easier to see without my head in the way. So there's kind of a limited number of fonts here. But down at the bottom, there's an add font option right here. And if you click that, that's going to take you to Google Fonts. And Google Fonts has a ton of fonts in here that you can use. You can actually search. You can sort them by popularity or by alphabetical. But basically, you just scroll down in here. And there are so many fonts, it might take a minute or two to load them up. But basically, you're going to go in here and just find a font that you like. So let's see, and you can see there's tons of fonts in here. You just click on that one that you like, it's going to add it over here, and I can actually remove other ones that I've had in here. So I'm just going to click on a couple, go down here to this one. Maybe let's grab the bad script. Let's grab this one. Let's grab that one. And then we'll hit OK. And now those fonts are now going to be available here. So now if I go back up here, we go to display name, we go to font family. Now when I scroll down, here are those Google fonts that I have added. So now I can select that, change it right here to that, and then I can hit save and jump back and take a look and see what it looks like. So like I said, you can absolutely add more fonts to your account. They just have to be Google fonts. There's not a way to upload custom font. So if you've gone and spent money on a custom font, which hopefully you haven't, just go and take a look at Google Fonts and see what they have, and then you can go in there and add them through Theme Designer like that. What's the name of the font that is showing now? The font that is showing now, this one is, I can't pronounce it, Astlock. I think that's what it says. The other one, which is right here, that is Lover's Quarrel right there. So Lover's Quarrel is this one right here. And I believe, is that a built-in font? No, that's probably a Google font as well. So let me just double check for you since I'm right in here. All right, so let's see. Lovers. Yep. So Forte, that is a Google font. You'll need to jump in Google and add that over. It's called Lover's Quarrel. All right. Hopefully that answers your questions on that and how to set that up and get that font in there. I'm just going to save this and jump back. All right. Hey, if you're watching the recorded version of this, I would love to have you come hang out with me on a live stream. But I know not everybody can just drop what they're doing on a Thursday and jump on a live stream and chat it up, which is why I really appreciate those of you guys who come back week after week, or even those of you guys who just come in once a month. Anybody who jumps on here live on Thursdays or on Tuesdays, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Forte, Roxanne, Craigslist, who else? Oh, Kathleen, Mike Singer. I don't know if Mike's here, but Mike's usually always hanging out. Sharks, all of you guys are awesome that come and hang out with me week after week. But if you're watching the recorded version of this and you have a question that you would like for me to answer live for you, there's a link in the description below this video. It says questions for next week. If you click on that, that's going to take you to a Google form. And that's where you can submit your questions for the following week. And I will be sure to answer those live for you like I'm about to do now. Now, again, like I said in the intro, don't forget Site Review Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, it's the exact same time as Zenfolio Live. That's 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. If you haven't jumped on one of those yet, you can watch the recordings on our channel, but we have a lot of fun in the chat on those as well. So I would love to have you guys come hang out on a site review. And if you haven't submitted your site, hit up that link in the description below this video. Just keep in mind that we're, to be quite honest, guys, we're like a year out with so many people wanting their sites reviewed. I'm working really hard to get them reviewed, get them recorded, get them sent out to you guys. There is a lot of requests, but we're going to keep pushing along. And so if I haven't got to your site yet, or if you haven't got an email from me, then we are working on it. And in fact, Richard is going to be doing some site reviews as well to help me out. So you guys are going to be getting to hear from Richard as well. So maybe those of you guys are like, hey, it'd be really nice to hear from somebody else. You guys are going to get your wish. Richard's going to be doing site reviews as well. All right, let me grab an email question really quick. Guys, if you have questions, make sure that you get those in the chat so I can get them answered live for you. I'm going to go grab another email question really quick. All right, the first question I've got here says, what is the difference between using Zenfolio's integrated labs and self-fulfilling, and what is the benefit of each? Well, if you're new to Zenfolio, along with getting like online storage, a full-on website, really amazing customer service, you also get an e-commerce platform as well. And so what that means is you can sell your prints, you can sell your videos, you can sell digital downloads, all of that stuff you can sell through Zenfolio. And what do I mean by selling prints? You can sell prints to your clients. If you do stock photography, you can put up your photos for sale. If you are like landscape and fine art photography, you can put your stuff up for sale. And we have a couple of different ways that we can do that. Now, one is through our integrated vendors. All right, so these are vendors or labs that have integrated with us. And basically, you just build a price list using their products, put your markup on there, and then your clients go to their galleries and pick out what they want, buy those products. That information is sent to the lab. The lab prints it. They ship it directly to your client. It's all white glove. There's not like any receipts or anything like that. It's all handled for you which gives you a lot of time back to do what you love. So that gives you a lot of time not to have to fulfill orders and things like that. So that's going to be the benefit to using our integrated labs, is that it takes all of that legwork out of fulfilling your print orders, fulfilling your downloads, all of that legwork that you used to have to do. If you use our integrated vendors, all of that is out of your hands. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Not to mention, our amazing support team will also offer customer support for those orders as well. So in the unlikely situation that maybe UPS is having a bad day and they drop kick a package over the fence or whatever, any kind of crazy thing that might happen, not to call out UPS specifically, they're a great company. Your mail carrier might be having a bad day, whatever may happen, our support team will help you with that. Your clients can actually contact them, talk about the order, they'll get it handled for you, get reprints or whatever needs to be done, and they'll keep you in the loop as well. So that is another benefit to using our integrated labs. Now, the other way that you can sell products through Zenfolio is through what's called self-fulfillment. And basically the way that works is you go in and you create products in Zenfolio, and there are videos for both of these on our YouTube channel. So definitely make sure that you check those out. But you basically create products in Zenfolio, your clients go and they order it, and then the payment for that order is either accepted through PayPal or you can integrate a merchant account. But that information comes to you, and from that point on, the fulfillment of that is on you, whether you want to order it through Zenfolio for your clients, or maybe you're working with a local lab and you want to use that local lab for fulfillment. That part of it's on you. So it kind of puts all that legwork back on you, but it lets you use the lab of your choice. So it really depends on which route you want to take, really depends on what's important to you. If you're trying to save time, if you're trying to streamline things, you definitely want to go with the integrated vendor route. That is what I personally use, and it has just saved me so much time. It is totally worth it. So that's the route that I personally use. But if you have like a local lab, or maybe there's some products that our integrated vendors just don't offer, that's when you're going to want to think about the self-fulfilled products route. But that is a great question for sure. Hopefully that explained it. I don't have time to go through the details of setting each option up, but if you go on our channel, there are lots of videos that go over the integrated labs, or if you're interested in self-fulfillment, just Google on our channel, just do a quick search for how to sell anything I want through Zenfolio, and there's a full walkthrough of how to set that up as well. Great question though. All right, let's see. Let me go and make sure I'm keeping up with you guys in chat here. So it looks like Richard is handling most of it. Guys, give Richard a hand. He is doing awesome. I'm so glad to have Richard hanging out with me. He just does a phenomenal job. He takes my jokes that I do every intro and teasing him about, and just keeps going strong. So he's doing awesome. Let's see. Kylie says, any tips on color calibrating my computer for printing? First tip, get a color calibrator. Second tip, decide which lab you're going to use, and then get their ICC profiles. And so you can actually get that information inside of your Zenfolio account. If you go to selling right here, and then you go to products from integrated vendors, let's say you're like, I want to work with MPIX. That's going to be the lab that I'm going to use. Click on that lab, and then there'll be a section that says, it says ICC profiles right here. And you can actually download that profile right here so that you can get that color calibration going. I think they'll also, if you go to the lab's website, I think they will also recommend a calibration tool that maybe even they have to offer, or that they recommend. So that is what I would suggest, making sure that you're matching up with the lab that you want to use. All right, Ken says, hey, looks like I made a live one. Hey, Ken, thanks for coming in and jumping on here and hanging out with us. Yeah, absolutely. Glad to have you join a live one for sure. All right, let's see. Richard said, I said y'all. Wow, Southerners coming in. Hey, you can't say y'all, Richard. That's my word. I'm from Oklahoma. I say y'all. Let's see. Forte says, if you have the advanced level site and use Miller's Lab, you even get to do the special packaging, which is what you ordered regularly with Miller's. It's so nice. Yes, absolutely. If you have an advanced account and you integrate Miller's, you can do the boutique packaging. If you're like, what is Miller's? What is boutique packaging? What's the advanced account? Definitely reach out to the support team. So if you already have the advanced account and you don't see Miller's products, You just need to go create a Miller's account. It's totally free. They're going to give you an account number. Reach out to our support team. Let them know, hey, I've got an advanced account and here's my Miller's account number. Can you guys hook me up with Miller's products? It'll take them like 5 seconds. They'll get you hooked up and you'll be able to offer integrated Miller's products through your account. So definitely make sure that you do that. And hey, if you're on a chat or if you haven't chatted with our amazing support team, if you're new to Zenfolio, dude, don't wait till you get frustrated. Don't wait till you get lost. Hit this chat icon right now and hit up our support team. If you didn't know, our support team is entirely made up of photographers as well, and they are a wonderful group of people. I know I say this every time, but I couldn't say it enough, guys. Our support team is phenomenal. So if you have a chance today and you're just on your Zenfolio account, maybe you're bored, maybe you're just looking for something, hit that chat icon up and make sure that you give them a chat reward because they are awesome and they love you guys and they have such a passion for helping you guys be successful on Zenfolio because they are all photographers as well. And so they are going to be coming from that point of things and knowing how to use the site. Not just knowing how to use it, but knowing how to use it as a photographer who is running their business online. It's really what I feel like gives our support team such an amazing edge. So they are wonderful. Make sure that you let them know. All right, let's see. Let me grab another email question really quick. Hey, Dana Castillo is hanging out with us. Thanks for jumping on, Dana. I appreciate it. All right, let's see. Can I create... Let me skip that one. I'll come back to that one if I have time. Should I password protect my client galleries right after I upload them, or is it okay to wait until I am ready to email them to apply the password? Anytime you upload anything that needs to be protected, please make sure that you are protecting that stuff before. Like not even at the gallery level. If you are working with clients and it's sensitive subject matter, it's kids, maybe you're a boudoir photographer, maybe you work with politicians, maybe you work with really, I don't know, like celebrities and privacy is really a big concern. Do yourself a favor and create a container to keep everything protected before you even start uploading it. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, let me show you that really quick. So what you're going to do is just come over here, and what you're going to do is go to all photographs, create a new group, just click on it and say new group. I'm just going to call this protected clients. All right. Now, before you upload content into that new group, all right, make sure that you are clicked on it, go up to access, and then if you want to set it to private, you can. And in fact, I would recommend doing that because what you'll have to do is anytime you upload content inside of it, you'll have to come and change that individual gallery access, which is even better. And I'll show you what I mean by that. But do that. And then if this stuff needs to be kept out of Google search results, if you don't want it appearing anywhere, really the privacy is the main concern. Go to search, say do not include in any search results, go to display options and uncheck all of these and hit save. So it is so important that you do that before you upload the content, because when you upload stuff, let's say you're uploading a gallery and you're like, yeah, I'm going to email it to the client later, so I don't need to password protect it. If you do that and Google index your site and that gallery is not have any kind of protection on it, guess what? Google's going to index that gallery. It's going to index those images and they're going to start showing up on Google search results. So I cannot stress enough, guys, how important it is that if you work with any kind of clients where security and privacy is a big concern, get this gallery or this private client group set up first. And then that's the content. That's where you want to upload content. So now that I have that created, if I come in here and I create a new gallery and I just call this test, immediately the settings that I've applied to that group are automatically applied to that gallery. So I know it's protected. It's not going to show up in search results. I don't have to worry anything about it. And now let's say maybe it's time to email that gallery out to the client. Then I can come to that gallery, click on it, go up here and say, okay, now I need to change just that gallery's access. over to be password protected. And then we'll save that. And I'll show you what that looks like. So now it's a password protected gallery inside of a private client group. And so that is the best way to make sure that that stuff does not get indexed. You're protecting it from the start, which is so important to do if you are shooting any kind of client galleries that need privacy. It's so important to do that from the beginning. So do not wait. Do it from the start. And I cannot say that over and over again. If you guys forget anything else that I've said today, remember that. Protect it first, not later. All right, let me go back to the photos page. Let me grab some water and check on you guys in chat. All right, Kathleen says, off topic, trying to lure you all to Minnesota, 2 new foals. Oh, man. See, she's always trying to get us to come up there. I would definitely take a trip up there for sure. Need to see photos of the foals, though. Richard says, Robert, okay, he does have more right to me than say y'all. Oklahoma beats South Carolina. Depends. I mean, it depends. With its Midwest is totally different than consider the South. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys consider Oklahoma South? I mean, a lot of people call it Midwest. A lot of people talk about rednecks. And the rednecks that I grew up with are a lot different than the rednecks that I've seen in this area, which nothing wrong with rednecks. I halfway consider myself to be one as well. All right, let's see. Kevin says that chat button should be colored gold. Absolutely. I totally agree with you. The support team is amazing, you guys. If you have not talked to them, they are phenomenal. They are just amazing. So make sure that you reach out. Don't let yourself get frustrated. If you're looking for something, trying to figure something out, make sure that you are talking to those guys because they are there to help you like 100%. All right, let's see. Gareth says, I would like to link my site to Zenfolio by using a client login gallery. Can I add a client login on my other website that will go directly to the gallery on Zenfolio? Absolutely. So, Gareth, what you can do is use the client access page. Let me show you how that works. Let me show you how to link it, how to get the link and all of that, and I'll show you what it does. So first of all, if you guys didn't know, Zenfolio has a built-in client access page, so you don't have to create this. You might want to customize it, but it's there already ready to go for you to use. And so if you go to website, you can go to built-in pages. I, of course, am going to open this in a new tab to show you that. And so built-in pages, go down to client access. Gareth, here's the link that you're going to want right here. It's just going to be your Zenfolio domain and then /clients is what it is. And so if I hit the preview, you can take a look at what this looks like. Again, you might want to customize it. It does have some options. You can add a photo, you can change the layout, all of that. But the gallery ID right here, this is kind of the client login information that you're going to be looking for. All right, now it's really important that you guys keep this in mind. The gallery ID is not the gallery password, but it can be the same thing. Let me say it again. The gallery ID is not the gallery password, but it can be the same thing. What is Crazy Robert talking about? Let me show you. So we're going to go back into our account really quick. And so in order for client access to work, you have to create a gallery ID for them to enter. And so let's say that I want people to go to this homepage gallery or whatever. This is the gallery that I'm trying to get people to go to. So I'm going to click on that gallery, go up to access, and then we're going to go to sharing and hit this friendly URL right up here. It might look like this for you. Click this. And then whatever you put in here, which it looks like I put Forte in here the last time, probably when we were doing her site review. Has she created a logo? Forte, have you created a logo? Question. All right, so you're going to go in here and you're going to put a friendly URL right here. So whatever you want that gallery ID to be. It can be the same thing as the password if you want it to be, or it can be different. So let's say I'm just going to use password, for example. Another thing to note is this also changes the actual URL of that gallery. So now that I have this, I hit save. And if I wanted to, I could go back up to access and I could make this the gallery password as well. So I could come here and I could say The gallery password is also password, which I do not recommend doing. I'm just making this up. Please use a good password. All right, so we're going to save that. So let me scroll on down and save that. And so now that I've created that gallery ID, now I'm going to go to that client access page, go down here and enter a password, and it's checking, and then it's going to take me directly to that gallery. All right, so there's that gallery right here. Now, it's important to show you this, that if I go back and I go back to this gallery, and we go back up to access, we go back up to password, and maybe I change this to password 23. I just want this part to come through. That the gallery password is not the gallery ID. So that original password that I set up is still the same. It's going to take me to the gallery, but then the gallery password would be password 23. And so that's how that works. And my internet's starting to be slow, so hopefully things aren't getting glitchy. All right, guys, let me check on you guys here in chat. Let's see. Hopefully, Garrett, that answered your question. If it didn't, let me know. But there's also a video on our YouTube channel that talks about how to get your clients to their galleries, and it does go over that as well. And it looks like Richard threw that link out in the chat. All right, let's see. Dennis says, looking forward to scheduling another one-on-one to get some additional guided help to update my site. Absolutely, yes, for sure. I love doing the one-on-ones with you guys after the site reviews. Seriously, we have so much fun, and I hope that you guys are having it as much fun as I am doing them, and that it's as valuable for you guys as well. Let's see. Forte says, I am from the country hills, and I think Craigslist said halfway. Well, I'm originally from Oklahoma, grew up there all my entire life, moved to North Carolina after joining the Army. So, and then my wife's a northerner, so she's kind of tried to get the redneck out of me, I guess is what you might say. But again, nothing wrong with being a redneck. I consider myself one halfway at least. Kathleen says, we're shooting photos and videos of the horses this weekend. Unless we get another foot of snow, I'll post them on my site. Yes, that's awesome. Would love to see that. Would love to see that. All right, let's see. Richard says client access. Yeah, so there's the link to that as well. And Forte says, big hugs, guys. Sending you all big hugs. I hope you have a great, groovy rest of your day. Yes, Forte, you are awesome. Thank you for jumping on and hanging out with us. All right, Gareth says, yes, all good. Awesome. Glad that answered your questions. Guys, we got about 3 more minutes left. Let me see if I can get another email question in. But as Roxanne is saying, if you guys could do me a favor, everybody who's watching that, please make sure, please make sure to give it a thumbs up if you guys got some value out of today. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. That just lets us know that you guys appreciate this and lets me keep doing this, because I definitely want to make sure that we keep Zenfolio Live going. So give me a thumbs up and let me know. And absolutely, you can rewatch this. So it's going to be posted to our channel after the live stream ends. It usually takes about an hour or so, I think, to process. But then it gets posted to our channel after that. And if you're a podcast person, you can actually go into iTunes, do a quick search for Zenfolio video tutorials, I think is what it's called. You can actually subscribe to that, and you'll get a notification whenever the recording of this is available, and we'll actually send it to you. And if I'm not mistaken, there's actually a link that you can click in the video description below here that'll take you to that in the iTunes podcast directory. But also on our channel, there is a playlist that says Zenfolio Live Archive, and it has all of the recordings of all of the past live streams there as well that you can check out. All right, let's see. I create my own music, so I'm going to try to get this one in. I create my own music. Can I upload my music to use as soundtracks for my galleries? Absolutely, you can, as long as it is yours and you have the copyright to use it. You're just going to go up here to soundtracks right here in your account, hit upload new. Now, make sure that you are saving it in the MP3 file format or the M4A without protection. Keep in mind that the maximum file size is 64 megabytes, and also the MP3 files will only play in HTML5 enabled browsers. So if you make your own music, you can definitely upload it. You can use it on your galleries as soundtracks. Just keep those things in mind. All right, let's see. Darren Wright says, hello from Jamaica. Hey, Darren, thanks for jumping on here and hanging out with us from Jamaica. I hope it is nice there in Jamaica. All right, guys, we've got about 50 seconds left, so I just want to say again, thank you to all of those you guys who jumped on here and hung out with me today. Kathleen, Roxanne, Forte, Gareth, Darren, Roxanne, Richard, make sure I'm not missing anybody, Kevin, Ken, Kylie, did I miss anybody? Winston, all of you guys who jumped on and hung out with me today, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Make sure that you guys are doing something positive and something nice for somebody today. Take some time out of your day today. Give somebody a compliment. Look somebody in the eye. Acknowledge that they exist and make sure that you are just doing things to put positive vibes out there and make the world a better place. Hey, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you click that subscribe button. And if you're watching the recorded version of this and you'd like to learn more about Zenfolio, I recommend watching some of the videos that you should see popping up on your screen.